Hi guys. Okay, we're finally doing this because I do this
How
every
long have
morning.
we been talking about this?
Forever, and we've been doing it every morning, but it's super early. So finally, I was like, let's do it later today. So this is a smoothie.
But also for longtime viewers, because we've done this before, right? But your smoothie game has evolved significantly.
Yes. So we're at a stage where we're kind of looking for more protein throughout the day, and I just, sometimes I just can't try to get more protein into our lives, and it's difficult. So a smoothie is honestly the best way with some protein powder, and then while you're at it, put in some really great ingredients. So I mix this little concoction of powders. So let me tell you what it is. And you should just, I think, I don't want to say how much just because you need to mix it for your own self and where you are in your health journey. So, but these are the powders that we've been putting in. So first thing is...
And also we've checked all these ingredients against our bodies and what's good and not good for us. So just make sure
that it's good for you.
Yeah.
And it suits your body. So moringa powder is something that's really a great addition to our smoothie. It is great for inflammation and it protects your cells against antioxidants, and it's just a really powerful, amazing powder. Also for women who are going through menopause, I believe this is one of the powders that a lot of doctors are recommending, so it's a great thing to add. So check into that. Flaxseed. Of course, Matt and I have been doing flaxseed forever. We've gone from oils to just ground flaxseed.
It's true, there's been a flaxseed journey.
This is easier because we don't have to deal with the oils and have expiration and all that jazz. So I think this is easier for us. Hemp seeds, which is something I learned from Brian, what's his name? The guy who's trying to spends $2 million a year to
longevity
guy. Brian.
Yeah. I don't know.
He if you search up longevity Brian, you'll know.
He'll come up.
So hemp seed is what I've learned, and I never knew this because I'm a mostly plant-based eater. I have been adding some protein back into my diet just because I need to make some muscles, but I try to stay eating still clean. So hemp seeds is a really interesting way of getting protein. So basically like 3 tablespoons of this hemp seed is 10 grams of protein, which is, I think, awesome way to add protein in a really easy manner. So I do hemp seed, and then I also discovered this hemp and super greens. So why not? A little bit more protein. Fine. So I throw that in there. The really good thing my sister turned me on to is this Truvani. We tried a bunch of different protein powders. This one is great. It's plant-based. It tastes great. It's super clean. There's only like 5 ingredients in here, so there's no extra crap. Sometimes you look at the protein powders, there's a lot of weird things in there. So this one's super
So when you say clean, you just mean simple good
ingredients. When you read it, you're like, I know what it is, and I think that's critical. So like this one has like pea protein, organic vanilla powder, pumpkin seed, monk fruit extract, and organic chia seed protein. I know what all those things are, and it's awesome. So that's what we put in here. So in order to get this thing going, we'll do this in segments. My sister also turned me on to using coconut water, which is awesome because electrolytes and it tastes good. So I kind of mix this first. I go in layers just so that it doesn't get stuck in the action of it. So I'm just gonna mix this up and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the next phase is I put in the frozen...
What do you do? You just like blended it for a little bit?
I blended it so it would liquefy, because this is where I find like, I'm that type of person. I make a mistake and then I'm like, oh, okay, how do I fix this? Tinkering all the time.
Improving.
So I find that when I put everything in there and the frozen stuff in there, Matt, and there's not enough liquid, everything just gets stuck and then the blender doesn't go and then you have to scoop it all back out. So I was like, okay, let's make it really liquid with the coconut water. Then layer in the frozen fruit, because this allows for it to have some kind of a liquid for the frozen fruit to mix in, or else your mixer will get jammed, which is unfortunately what I learned, because at first I was like, let me just throw it all in there. All right, so we'll be right back, and I'm going to mix this again. Okay, so the blueberry's been blended in there in this concoction.
Blend number 2 is already happening.
Right, so you can just drink that if you want, but then I'm like, okay, for good measure, while we're going at it, it's not the tastiest thing in the world. Matt is great at every weekend. He goes to the farmer's market, and see, it's already Friday, so we're almost done with
Getting low.
This is our vegetable box. It's a great pro tip, because it's annoying if you buy all the vegetables and then I find most of the time we kind of throw them away because no one eats it.
Especially since Parker is away.
Right, and
she was a big eater of this.
Right, and no one really wants to deal with cleaning it. So I think it's like you go to the farmer's market, clean everything, And then Matt slices it up and then makes these great vegetable boxes. So
Teamwork.
whenever we have dinner, we bring it out, or someone needs a snack, they go and get vegetables. So usually we've already used a lot of it. So there's cucumbers, celeries, peppers, whatever is there. So usually I throw a cucumber in there, but I think we've eaten all the cucumbers. So I'll throw some celery in there, some carrots. I don't suggest any of these like spicy ones because that'll make it taste really awful. So I kind of just do that. So it's usually celery, cucumbers, and carrots, whatever you have. Sometimes there's like apples lying around that's like half like, like you could still eat it. So
Sometimes you put the sweet peppers in.
Yeah, but right now I'm not in the mood for that. So that's awesome. And then we'll also throw in some greens. So I'll throw in some crispy lettuce. And then sometimes you have vegetables like this spinach that was halfway eaten, and then we're like, oh no, we're not going to be here. So I actually freeze some of these. So
that's
not
smart.
wasting it, right? So then I'll just put some of the frozen spinach in here. Why not, right? Because we were going away, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to waste this. So don't waste it. Put it in there and put it there. And then bananas. It's the same thing. Do you notice how sometimes by the end of the week there's 2-3 brown bananas there? Fine, who cares? They're ugly, but I peel them. And again, I freeze them. So this is sort of brown, right? But who cares? It's fine. We're just putting in a smoothie. No one cares what it looks like. It'll make it taste great. So that's the last thing that I put in there. So it's just whatever vegetables you have. It's critical. Put some vegetables in there, and then let's do this thing.
Okay, now we're talking bonus round.
This is
This
bonus
is not
round.
for everybody.
This is not for anyone. Okay, this is the bonus round. So usually I'll do this, and the kids will have it. Well, now we only have Thatcher. So Thatcher will have it in the morning. He's into it because it's got the protein stuff in there. So then after he's done, then we have some left over for ourselves. So this is the advanced.
You'll
bonus
usually
round.
put it in the fridge then, because
we're not.
we'll eat later.
It's a little later. We'll have it. So bonus round. And then you can also add some ice in there when it's later, because then it makes it taste better.
Smart.
Because it's not the best tasting thing in the world.
No one's saying this tastes good.
But it's a really great
This is purely
elixir.
functional.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Matt and I will add some Metamucil, which we highly believe in. If you want to be regular, have a great day.
If you want to feel good about life, get on the Metamucil train.
It's critical. Okay?
Get
so
over
this
the
is awesome.
stigma and enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
A poop a day is really critical these days. All right. So Metamucil, awesome. What else?
I kind of think if I had discovered that in my 20s, I would have been much happier.
I know,
Yeah.
right? And if you're traveling a lot, it's critical.
Yes.
Like we'll take the small powders with us wherever we go. This is something that Matt and I, and there's like so many times where we're like, it's the end of the day and we're like, oh no, we haven't drank our drink yet. And it's like, oh, it's just awful tasting and you're kind of full and you're like, this is the last thing I want to drink. So blend it into your smoothie. It's awesome. You won't taste it and you're done with your Metamucil. Matt and I just also discovered Novos. This is amazing new powder. It's kind of like a great all around. That's what I see it as. Kind of
And no, none of these people sponsor us.
No,
This is
no.
all.
But this is like, I think it has a lot to do with anti-aging.
It's a longevity, yeah.
Yes. So it's a longevity type powder. Look into it. See if you're interested in it. We thought it was interesting, so we add. Again, tastes awful. So put it into your smoothie. The smoothie is insane. This would be like the craziest smoothie. And then our friend Katie always drank Green Vibrance, and this is old school. It's got probiotics.
I still like it.
We'll mix it in there.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's like there's AG1 and all the controversy. This has no controversy. I think it's third-party verified. It's just good stuff.
It's nice. It's old school. It's like old.
It's old school.
It's like Upper West Side.
Nasty.
Old Whole Foods. Is what I'm talking
yes.
about. Like,
yes.
if anyone knows what I'm talking about, before Whole Foods went fancy, there was a Whole Foods on the Upper West Side that was like a natural OG Whole Foods, like with seeds, like all those little bins.
Like the one we had in Lafayette here.
It was not fancy. It was dark.
Yeah, bulk bins.
Bulk bins everywhere. Yeah. This reminds me of that.
Yes.
So.
But those guys were so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
You think about it, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff they were doing in there is all the stuff we talk about. Sprouting.
Organic foods. So anyways, this is what we do in the morning. Try to get it in before lunch. It's good to have it right before a meal so then you're already semi-full. But look at what goodies are in here. It's pretty amazing. So you don't have to do all these things. Even if you just do a smoothie with the coconut water and some of these little powders, look into it, and it'll just make you feel better, right? It's not going to hurt you, which is great. So again,
it'll do the opposite.
Yeah, so you should check again before to see if your body's allergic to any of these things, because that's what we've done. This is for our bodies.
Then there's other tweaks, like you could put, like if it's allergy season, we get local honey. Sometimes we put that in there. Like there's all sorts of.
And Matt will get fresh orange juice that's squeezed in there, and I'll dump it in there. It's just
fresh bananas.
It's whatever you have. And
it's not set in stone. No. Be flexible.
Yes, it's a orchestra every day, but the powders for us is set in stone, and then whatever else.
And like you said, because if this sits in the fridge for a few hours before we drink it, don't put the Metamucil in; it'll turn it into a jelly. But add your ice, like you said, or just like good water.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, okay. Bon appetito.
Yeah, really.
Happy Friday, and we'll be on PTTV pretty soon today.
Yep.
Some exciting things to show you.
Big
All
day.
right. Bye, guys.